Hello, I'm Sue. Welcome to Fireside Chat. I just thought I would talk a little bit about this neighborhood, this community that I'm in. It's 2 hours away from Nashville, Tennessee, and it's kind of, not a whole lot going on here, but there's a couple churches and not a great deal of shopping, but it's peaceful and people are golfing today in their shorts, and because I can see the golf course from here. And so all day long, people have been going up to the sixth hole and taking their shots. And some people miss, right? That's the nature of golf. Um, so you know what? I just thought it'd be fun to talk about it. And then, at another point, I might kind of go around with the camera to some of these attractions or maybe like waterfalls and things like that. But I'm just really happy that it's nice out. So today we're taking a trip mentally and verbally to a place tucked away atop the Cumberland Plateau, Crossville, Tennessee. Whether you've been there or thinking of visiting or just discovering new places, this episode is for you. We'll talk about the history of Crossville, the geography and setting, what makes it unique, the economy and community, the fun things to do, and why it might be worth a visit or to call home. So settle in, maybe pour a drink or brew a coffee, and let's explore Crossville together. Picture that you're driving along Interstate 40 in central Tennessee. You exit into a town perched on the Cumberland Plateau. Elevation about 1,900 feet. That town is Crossville. Crossville is in the county seat of Cumberland County, Tennessee, and was incorporated in 1901. The location is strategically placed about 113 miles from Nashville, 70 from Knoxville, 80 from Chattanooga, making it central and accessible in the region. Because of that plateau setting, you get some wonderful natural features: forested land, hills and ridges, and a slower pace of life. It has a small town feel, but enough infrastructure and amenities to support a vibrant community. Because in terms of demographics, as of 2023, the population of the city proper is about 12,000, with a median age of 41 years, and a median household income of about 50,000. These numbers tell us that this is a modest but stable community, large enough to have services, but small enough to feel personal. Every place has its story, and Crossville's is rooted in geography and human movement. The area became a crossroads of sorts for settlers in the 1800s. The name Crossville hints at crossroads through which people moved north to south and east to west across the plateau. So one of the historic landmarks is the old railroad depot. The railroad tracks to Crossville were built around 1900, and the first train of the Tennessee Central arrived that year. The depot became a hub of goods, people, and travel. At one point, the original depot burned down. That was in 1925, and was rebuilt the following year. Another landmark, Meadow Park Lake, originally built as a water supply project beginning in 1937, was dedicated in 1939. The lake and surrounding lands have become an important recreational and natural asset for the region. Also worth mentioning, the building known as the Palace Theater, originally constructed in the late 1930s, opened in 1938 for the film If I Were King, and the admission price was 31 cents. Over time, the downtown revitalization around that theater helped bring new life to Main Street. So what does all this tell us? Crossville started as a transit and trade point on the plateau that grew into a community that balanced industry, recreation, and local identity. Let's talk about the economy, how people in Crossville make a living and what the community looks like. From the data as of 2023, employment in Crossville, the city is about 4,900 people, and major industries are manufacturing, accommodation, and food services, and also retail trade. At the county or larger area level, the workforce is roughly 23,000 people, with manufacturing, retail, and healthcare being dominant. Geographically, the community has a logistical advantage. Interstate 40 runs through the county with 3 exits for Crossville within a drive of much of the eastern and middle US population. That kind of positioning helps business distribution and manufacturing. On the community side, home ownership rate is about 54% in the city proper. Median property value in 2023 is about $230,000. These numbers suggest a moderate housing market, not wild, and a moderate cost of living, likely. It's also worth noting that Crossville's identity is more than just business. It has parks, libraries, and recreation. For example, there are 9 golf courses in the county, public and private, as of 2023. So there's a blend of lifestyle amenities and local industry. Now let's pivot and talk about what makes Crossville fun and interesting, things to see, do, and experience. Nature and the outdoors. Meadow Park spans about 270 acres with depths from 2 to 24 feet in Meadow Park Lake, surrounded by 2,200 acres of mostly forested land, great for fishing and a scenic retreat. The plateau setting and natural features includes nearby valleys, and also you can see in the distance kind of like smoky looking mountains, I guess towards the Smoky Mountains. And as we go east, we hit North Carolina in the distance, but it's really nice to see the mountains in the distance. And a lot of times when you're just driving on the highway, you have a really nice view. And sometimes it can be kind of twisty and lots of turns. And so you're just seeing all of these fall colors and everything right now. And there's a skeleton in my shot. Okay. So this Palace Theater in downtown Crossville provides live entertainment, movies, concerts, and a historic landmark. The Depot Museum, the Travel Welcome Center. This historic depot building includes a caboose museum, which I've never seen, and serves to welcome visitors. The world's longest yard sale. Oh, this is true, and I haven't seen it. The annual 127 yard sale, which passes through the area around Crossville and offers a unique shopping and adventuring experience. So for many miles, people set up on the side of the highway, a bunch of tables. And I don't know how you're supposed to pull over and look at these tables because I haven't been to one, but certainly we will shoot that next year. I'm not sure what month it is. It might be like August or something like that. So I think I missed it. 127 yard sale. Interesting. According to the local Plan Your Visit guide, places like Bunker's Grill and Patio Bar and Cabin on the Plateau offer welcoming dining experiences. Shopping. So there's antique shops, there's unique emporiums, creative retreat spaces. Yeah, they have like auctions and things like that. I think the most fun place I've been to is called Buc-ee's, and we'll definitely do a show from Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's is spelled B-U-C-E-E-S, and it's like this beaver. And I actually have a little picture of Buc-ee, but yeah, so it has like, I don't know, 50 at least, what do you pull up to those things? Gas station, like 50 of them, like gas station things, so that, many cars can fill up at once. Not sure why. And also it has like quite a big store, and it's probably about the size of a Target. And they have like the most amazing like deli food there that you can like go and have, like Carolina barbecue pulled pork, and they have all different kinds of really nice food that's set up, sandwiches and things like that, and brisket, and it just, everything looks delicious. It smells wonderful. And every time I go there, I bought a sandwich because you can't not buy a sandwich. It just smells so good. And so, yeah. Also, they have all kinds of really nice gifts and things like that. So right now they have a lot of like Christmas themed gifts and clothes and things like that. And this Bucky brand is on everything. So they have entire departments of clothing that has Bucky on it, and it's very sweet, very cute. Yesterday I saw like a onesie that you put on. It's like a Santa suit, but the top of the hat there, it has like Bucky, Bucky the beaver face here, and so I guess you could pull it down and you can be like Bucky Santa or something. So it's very, very charming, very sweet, They also have like homemade fudge, and that is impossible to walk by. I'll just tell you that right now. So this area here is called Fairfield Glade, and there's 3 golf courses in this area. It's really beautiful. There were many people golfing today, which is crazy for like November 14th. But I guess that's one of the things that's nice about being in the South, right? Is the weather. So if you were considering moving to Crossville, or just curious about what life there might be like, here are some perspectives. So housing and cost, with median household income around $50,000 and median property value about $230,000, it suggests a moderate cost setting. Transportation. Average commute time is about 19.8 minutes in the city, suggesting many live and work locally or nearby. Amenities and recreation. As noted earlier, parks, golf courses, libraries, for example, the Art Circle Public Library, theaters, things like that. Local art scene make it more than just a bedroom community. Community feel. The mix of older historic downtown stuff and new business positioning give a sense of both tradition and growth. Challenges and consideration are, like any small city, job diversity may be less than a major metro. Lifestyle is slower. Amenities may not match large cities. So if you're used to a big city, it might feel quieter, but quieter isn't always bad. I am on your side. Advantage, so someone seeking a slower pace, closer to nature, certainly surrounded by nature, but well connected to go to cities that are nearby. Crossville can be a sweet spot. So let's wrap up. If you want to, why you might want to visit or even stay a while in Crossville. So visit. If you're traveling the plateau looking for outdoor recreation or want to experience a historic town with local flavor rather than big tourist crowds, Crossville offers that. Stay. If you're looking for a place with moderate cost, natural scenery, reasonable commute, and a community with character, Crossville can be appealing. The unique selling points of Crossville are the combination of plateau geography, and with that, mountains in the distance, very nice. Central Tennessee location, historic downtown, and recreation, kind of makes it a distinct package that is like affordable to live in. So if you visit during the fall, like right now, the plateau surface setting, there's lots of trees that are still have all their leaves, all different colors. It's really nice. And so there's lots of places to go hiking and things like that. So thank you for joining me on this little journey through Crossville, Tennessee. you got a little bit of a richer sense of the place, its history, its community, its character, and its possibilities. Whether you're planning a visit, considering a move, or simply daydreaming about small town America, Crossville has something to offer. So I'm thinking that maybe it would be fun to kind of show, walk around some of these communities, but I'd have to maybe find a way to keep the camera steady, because it's really hard to film when you're walking and things like that, and I don't want people to get dizzy watching, because that's just crazy. But it's been kind of nice. I've been here about a month, and the people are friendly and warm. Like, strangers will talk to you and help you out, and there's like a little bit of diversity in businesses, but basically, any small town, they'll have like car dealerships and churches and some retail, and it's just that it's real nice out. Even right now, it's, I think, like 60 something, which is crazy. And yeah, I think it's supposed to be a nice weekend. But literally, like Monday, it was 30 and there was some snow that kind of fell, but by the afternoon, everything was really, really green grass. And yeah, it seemed like there was snow, but it was gone. It was just gone in 2 hours. It was crazy. And then a day later, it went up about 20 degrees. And then day after that, it went up another 20 degrees. And so now instead of 30, it's like 66 or something. So I love when that happens. It sure doesn't happen a lot in Michigan. And yeah, like I think that in Michigan, once it starts getting, 30 around there, like it doesn't really jump to 66 again, like in 2 days. It doesn't do that. I wish it did, because the people of Michigan are good people and they deserve lovely weather. But we have to take what we can get, right? And a lot of people, they say that they love the fall. They love the fall. They love like the weather getting a little crisper and football and the best things about the fall. And I never understood those people, because I really like the summer, and even the spring is really nice. And so I could never really understand people that love the fall, because, well, winter is next. So I don't know, like for me, I think it's just really nice, like having this super long fall, because, in a few days it's going to be December. And so it's just crazy that people are golfing today. It's crazy. And you know what? I heard that there was some people who were able to see some of the northern lights this week. Like a lot of people are sharing photos, beautiful, brilliant photos of like incredibly vivid colors that you don't see in the sky in the last, I'd say Tuesday for sure, to Wednesday. A lot of people all over like the country, like Illinois, all the way down to, I don't know, I didn't say anything, but it's exciting that a lot of people kind of further south saw some northern lights, because it's just so unusual. And so there's something going on at kind of the polar or whatever. There's something going on, because usually the northern light stays really high up, like really, really high up. And it doesn't ever like kind of like shine down on for the rest of us. And so I've always thought, well, lucky people in Iceland and Finland, because they can see the northern lights like all the time. But like for us in like Detroit, when are we ever going to see these northern lights? So I really hope that you that you were able to see some lovely colors this week, because you have to have a pretty good view of the sky too. And I think that, you might have to drive somewhere where you can see like a whole big expanse of sky. And that may not be going on anymore, but if you hear in the news, we might see the northern lights locally, then definitely it's worth it to just kind of drive out to like an area that is kind of, where you can see the whole sky and it's not trees everywhere and houses, and then maybe you'll be able to see them. but honestly, there was like about 100 to like 150 pictures that I saw between Monday night and Tuesday because so many people shared their pictures. I was on Threads, and yeah, it was this like love fest of Northern Lights pictures, and I was so happy for everyone, and it was so sweet of everyone to post their pictures because they all put their city, right, and their state, and then they put their then they would share their pictures so you could see exactly, what city or town people were in that, were sharing this picture. So I hope that that happens, again, and certainly more often, because it would be nice, if we could, see Northern Lights more often and not like a once in a 50-year event, But it's just really nice to go out there and see the stars. I realized that I couldn't really film them because, of course, you have to have a really dark sky to see the stars. And then how am I going to film that, right? So I can't really, go out at night and show you the stars, but I'm sure that wherever you are, don't forget to look up. Like if you're on a vacation and you're somewhere like south or whatever, you're far away from home, don't forget to go out, right around sunset and watch the sunset. And then try to remember after, after it's nightfall and maybe after a couple of hours, maybe around 11 p.m., maybe go out and see if the stars are, if it's nice viewing of the stars where you are. Because, yeah, do you guys ever do that? I mean, it's really nice to remember because a lot of people, they just go on vacation and they do all kinds of things, but they don't think, oh, let me like walk outside and like see if the stars are visible. You know what I mean? But I try to remember things like that. But I really hope that, wherever you go, that it feels far away from home. It's nice to not be far away from home. That's why road trips are so great. But it's just kind of nice to get some perspective on, your life and where you are at that very moment. And sometimes just driving for a couple of hours, it gives you some perspective and it gives you time to think and reflect. And so I think travel, is always such a wonderful thing. If that's possible, just try to go somewhere while you're still able to kind of walk and explore and do things. Because if we all say, oh, we'll travel after we're retired and things like that, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to walk around and enjoy things, because sometimes people develop conditions just as a factor of old age that you don't see coming, right? But then you're affected by it, right? You're affected by it for the rest of your life sometimes. And so then you say to yourself, well, I saved all this money for retirement, but now I can't enjoy it because I can't really go anywhere. So when you get a chance, especially if you're going to go with people, if there's like a group of friends or family, like those memories, like you look back on it and you think, I'm so glad we went, because you never know how long you have with people. And especially parents, as they're getting older, it's really great to, you live far away from your parents, like try to go out and see them or invite them to see you, because it can be a very long time to regret not seeing people after they're gone. So it's just, it's kind of nice, just get out and see what things there are to do in your own city where you are. Like a lot of times you move to a city and then you kind of stop being a tourist, like you stop like going to places that are tourist attractions or that look interesting to you. For example, like in Detroit, we have this beautiful museum, and it's called Cranbrook Institute of Art and Science or something like that. And it's really worth it to go there because they have these huge exhibits and they have all kinds of like really interesting, like hands-on activities, and they have like this really big dinosaur, and you can learn about different things about the climate and the surface of the earth and um, all that. There's just so much to learn. They also have a planetarium, and that's like really the most fun thing is the planetarium. And so, you know what, like just find out what there is to do in your city, and then just kind of think to yourself, like, where could I go this weekend? You know, where could I go like this month? You know, like there's this beautiful mansion. A lot of people know about it. It's called Biltmore. It's in Asheville, North Carolina. And it would be a bit of a drive to get there from here in Tennessee, but it's just the next state over, right? It's North Carolina. So there might come a time you might be like, you know, let's go somewhere this summer. And you can always go when the weather's beautiful. But someone told me, he said, try to go to the Biltmore Estate to see their Christmas decorations. And I was like, that's such a good idea. Because because it would be lovely to see their Christmas decorations. Yeah, and you know what? Like in Detroit, we have a beautiful estate called Meadowbrook, and that's the estate of Matilda Dodge from the Dodge family, and they have an incredibly beautiful mansion. That mansion for Christmas, you would not believe how they dress up that mansion. They have like 44 trees, like decorated Christmas trees in all these different rooms. And it's so unbelievably beautiful. It really is. If you love that kind of Victorian, like, you know, wood kind of dining room or library, that kind of, you know, like wood, dark wood, and it's just really elegant. Definitely have a look at Meadowbrook if you're in the Detroit area. They also have lovely grounds where you can walk around, and they decorate, you know, it's lit up and everything. This is super fun to go through that house. So I don't know whether I'll be able to see Asheville this year or not, but I'll definitely take you along, and we can walk through there together. And I think that would be amazing, right? The Vanderbilt. And interesting fact, Anderson Cooper from CNN, his mom is Gloria Vanderbilt. Like, she passed away a few years ago, but she's the Gloria Vanderbilt of the Vanderbilt fortune. So it's amazing that you know anything about Anderson. He just seems to be such an ordinary, you know, likable, easygoing guy. And you think to yourself, my gosh, like that is such a fortune. Like, imagine his growing up and everything. Like, he's so incredibly modest and humble, and he's really good at his job. And you know, you wouldn't think like that someone who's always interviewing other people actually has such an interesting story to tell themselves, right? So yeah, I wonder if he would ever do a tour of the Vanderbilt mansion. That would be amazing. You know, maybe he could show his nursery, or where they had dinner, or like any kind of memories and fun things, you know, that they would do there. It would be really interesting if he did that. So yeah, you can check out the history of the Biltmore Mansion if you're curious. You can go on the website. And I went to a store in Cookville, and it had, in the store, it's called Beals, and in the store, no, it was called Belk, and Belk has like a home section, and in their home section they have a brand that was Biltmore, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is this the Biltmore from the Biltmore Mansion? And yes it is, because they have like home goods. So they have like towels, and they have like, you know, things that you can entertain with and that kind of thing, and bed sheets and everything like that. And it's the brand Biltmore. So I just think that's really cool because, you know, like, who knew, right? Who knew? So anyway, I'll try to take you guys along on any of these fun little trips, and we will talk again to people in the town, and maybe some businesses in the town that we can shine a light on. And but in the meantime, I hope you're having a lovely autumn, and I hope that it's beginning to feel like holidays because, around Black Friday, that's one thing I love about, Thanksgiving weekend is that all of a sudden it feels like Christmas. I love that feeling. So